review today. The Laliga season is starting today, so I think it makes sense to do some Laliga predictions. I'm going to be predicting La Liga. Let's go ahead and just get right into it. So, first team, I think that's going to be finishing 20th. I already have the team in mind. Sadly, it's going to be Levante. Alright. Hear me out. Levante, good team. Just not a La Liga team. So, Levante, they play tomorrow against Alaves. That's going to be Alaves win, I think. But Levante, I don't know any transfers they had. I mean, like, they had Manuel Sanchez on loan, so there's that. Maturu on loan. They have a lot of players coming from a loan, which is not ideal because some of them are probably 6 months. So, which is why I see Levante finishing last. They didn't make any big transfers, but they also don't have as many players. So next, that I think is going to finish in 19th, sadly, is going to be Real Oviedo. Now hear me out. Real Oviedo just got promoted. They have, like, I don't know how to say it, but, like, they have potential. Like, a lot of their players have potential. But you don't have any good players, really. I mean, they got Moldovan from Atletico on loan, though. Maybe a buy option, maybe not, I don't know. But they got Chaira from Girona, however you say his name, but they're just not, like, these La Liga teams are not as in the transfer window as the Premier League, so it's harder to predict, in my opinion. Next, finishing 18th, I have Elche. I'm sorry, Elche. All 3 relegation teams just got promoted. So all 3 of these teams, these are the newly promoted sides, and I see them going back down. Now, I don't know, I barely know anything about these clubs, which is mainly why I don't really care about them. I mean, once I see them play and once I see a result, then my predictions, I think I'll be good on them. But I think I might do mid-season predictions as well. So, yeah. Not much to say about Elche. They they got Redondo from Inter Miami. That's a pretty good transfer right there on a 5-year contract. They got Chus from Cadiz. But they also got Alvaro Rodriguez from Real Madrid, but Castilla probably. So, yeah. Like, I didn't even know who this guy was, honestly. I don't know many players in Castilla because I don't care about Castilla. Next, we have finishing 17th. Sadly, I think it's going to be Deportivo Alaves. 17th for Alaves is probably the lowest they're gonna get. And the highest I see is 15th. That's the highest they get. But that highest is very hard to get. So, yeah, not much to say about them. Alaves, they've gotten destroyed by many clubs in the past. I don't really focus on the season before, but last season they just were awful. I mean, the season before they were awful too. Carlos Alena, they got him on a contract extension. Wait, no, not a contract extension. I don't even know what happened about that. They got Calebe on loan from Fortaleza. They got Yusef Enriquez from Real Madrid, probably Castilla. And not much, but they also lost some players. They lost Villalibre on loan, so he'll be back maybe in like 6 months or a year. But they also lost Santiago Moreno, so that is pretty good. But they also lost Panicelli to Strasbourg, and they paid 17 million for him. So, yeah, and I see him finishing 17th. Next, this is where it gets hard. I don't know. Remember last season Sevilla almost got relegated? Like, I'm starting to think about that. They nearly got relegated last season. I don't get it. They were 17th last season. I don't see them finishing 16th or 17th, though. Let's save that one. This is where it gets hard. Sadly, I think it's going to be Espanyol finishing in 16th. Espanyol, they did good last season. On the table for their standards, they did good. They were 10 points off European football, which isn't bad for their standards. Yet they were also 2 points off relegation. So, honestly, this is where that wasn't that hard to predict, because that one player that they lost hurts them a lot, and that was Joan Garcia. They lost Roger Martinez to Barca Athletic, which is like their reserve squad, I'm pretty sure. So, but Joan Garcia, that man, it hurts for Espanyol fans. $2025 to 2031. $26 million for them. That hurts them. And I see them finishing 16th. And next, lucky number 15. I think it's going to be, here it is, Sevilla. Now, Sevilla is not a bad team. They just don't play good. which we saw that last season. They have a decent squad. They got Vlachodimos from Newcastle, which maybe helps. Alfon Gonzalez on a free transfer from Celta Vigo. Akor Adams from Montpellier for 5.8 million. His market value is 15, by the way, 15 million. Then Ruben Vargas. Valentin Barco from loan was last year. Ruben Vargas. They made some good transfers in the winter, but like they didn't do anything in the winter. Like nothing good. And they didn't really lose too many players either. So, they lost Montiel to River Plate in January. I didn't even know he played for Sevilla. I thought he was still in Nottingham Forest until he went to River Plate. Jesus Navas was lost in the winter. Dang. He was okay. He's a free agent now. Oh, he retired. Never mind. I didn't even know. He was okay. Alright. Sevilla, 15th. Lucky number 15 for my boy Benzi. 14th. This is kind of hard to call. I don't know. There's a lot of teams. I'm going to close this ad out real quick to see who's next to Real Madrid. Real Sociedad, no. I think it's going to... This is a hard one to call. I think it's going to be... This is kind of shocking, but I'm going to go Valencia. Mic drop. Everyone's jaw drops. The jaw drop. So I wanted to say some of these predictions are going to be shocking, but I wasn't going to do that because Valencia, that one man they lost, Mamardashvili to Liverpool. He was crucial for them. Yet, he was also... Yeah, like... I mean, Valencia was in the relegation zone for part of the season last season, but 14th I think is good for them. For predictions, of course. Last season they finished, 11th? 12th? Pretty sure they finished 12th. They were also close to European football, 6 points off European football, yet also 6 points off relegation. So, yeah. Mamardashvili, they lost him. He was about... They also lost Mosquera to Arsenal, so they've kind of been attacked. They lost Gastiorowski, they lost... I don't really know who else they lost. They didn't really lose anyone else other than those three. Wait, where's Mamardashvili? I thought he was in Liverpool. Yeah, okay. It's weird. Alright. So, yeah, they've kind of gotten attacked. But they also got Julian Agariz Ezabala. I definitely mispronounced that name, but he's not a bad keeper for Valencia, so I don't think they're going to do as bad as relegation. Next, for 17, 16, 15, 14. We are on mid-table now. Alright, first team in mid-table, I'm going to say it, Getafe. Getafe mid-table. First team in mid-table. So, Getafe. Last season, not too bad. Although I see them finishing above Valencia, guess what place they were last season? 13th. So, they're going to keep what they did this season. They got Abkar from a free agent. They got Mario Martin from Real Madrid on loan. By the way, that is probably a Castilla player. On loan for a year. Javier Munoz on a free transfer. Gotten some decent players. Players out. They lost Alderete to Sunderland. I didn't even know that. That was 3 days ago. They lost Berrocal to Atlanta United on a loan. Carlos Alena out to Alaves. So, yeah. Kinda sucky in the transfer window, honestly. But next, I'm gonna go 12th, and it's gonna be Girona. Now, they had a stinker season last year. They had an awful season. They nearly got relegated last season. That's how bad they did. Now, Girona, I have faith in them this season. They got Witzel from a free agent. They got Race on loan from Man City. That is crucial because they have him for a year. That is good for them. Send him on loan. They also got Lemar, which is also on loan, but still pretty good. They got Hugo Rincon. Like, they've been pretty good in the transfer window. They got... Yeah, that's it. But also, the players out. They didn't really lose too many players going out. They only lost Valerie Fernandez, and that's it, I think. Like, the only main players. Missoui, maybe. Yeah, he's pretty good. Well, he's okay. They lost Shira to Real Oviedo, like I said. But they also lost Valerie Fernandez to Mallorca, which he's on loan, by the way. Oh wait, no, that was last season. I'm stupid. Okay. So, Girona, 12th for them, because they've been pretty decent in the transfer window. 11th. This is a little hard to call. Now, this might come to a shocker to many. Well, to a few. But I think it's going to be Osasuna. Now, some people thought... I mean... You know what? I'm gonna take that back. Before I get sued, I need to look at their transfers. Oh yeah, they got Victor Munoz. I forgot about that one. Forgot he went to Osasuna. They got Rossier. They got Rossier. But that's it. They're very quiet in the transfer window, yet they also lost quite a few players. Like, they lost Areso. Nah. They lost Ruben Pena. They lost Ibanez. They lost Vidal in the winter. Oh, wow. Okay. They might actually... Nah, I'm not gonna put them in 12th. Instead, in 12th... This is a shock to some. But, oh, this is where it gets hard. This is hard. There's so many teams that can finish here. I think, sadly, this is kind of a shock. But I think it's going to be Rayo Vallecano. Now, hear me out. They have European football. And that means one thing. They're in the Conference League. So, being in the Conference League now, that means gotta focus. Focus on everything you got. Focus on the Conference League. They're mainly gonna focus on the Conference League this season. I don't think they're gonna get far in the Conference League, but they did pretty decent last season. But Rayo Vallecano, they just made a transfer today, and it was Ferran Perez from Valencia. Pretty decent. They also got Vertrode from Castellon 3 days ago. Decent. They got Luis Felipe. Decent. They got Batalla. Kind of good. They got James Rodriguez in 2024. Yeah, I have not seen him do anything. Is he even... Nah, he even left. That's sad. Because he did kind of bad, honestly. But how about some players that they got out? Not many. But like I said, they're focusing on European football. Oh, wait, no, never mind. So, they're focusing on European football, so that is why I think they're going to finish 12th. Next, it's going to be hard. I think it's going to be, sadly, it's going to be Osasuna. Now they got 9th, but I think they're going to finish 11th. Now they got Victor Munoz, which I think he'll do decent. But they lost Arezzo. They lost Ibanez. So, yeah, they lost a lot of players. But the one player they didn't lose, and a lot of people thought he was going, Ante Budimir. A lot of people thought he was going, which honestly, I thought he was too. But I mean, there's still time, but I don't think he's gonna be leaving. A lot of people thought he would go to somewhere like Real Madrid or something to be a bench warmer. No. So next, finishing 10th, I have Celta Vigo. They're in the Europa League this year, but like I said, they're focusing on Europe. Because they've never played in the Europa League before, I don't think. I don't think they've ever played in the Europa League. So, it's new for them. Which is why I think they're going to finish 13, 12, 11, 10, 9th. I mean, that's still decent for them. But not the best for their standards. So next is the Conference League. This is where it gets hard to predict. Kinda. Not really. But next I have Mallorca. They were pretty good for part of the season last season. Like, they were even in 7th. Like, pretty good, honestly. But then they just fell off. Not really fell off, but they were very close to European football. And I think they're going to be putting their standards very high for at least a Conference League spot, and which is why I think they're going to finish 8th. They got Mateo Joseph on loan, which he's there for a year, so. They also got Pablo Torre from Barca, so, yeah. They got a decent amount of players that maybe can help. They didn't lose too many players, but they lost Navarro on a free transfer, so not bad, but yeah. So, actually I'm finishing 8th. Next, 7th is Real Sociedad. After a stinker season last season, they're going to be focusing a lot to get back in European football. They had a decent run in the Europa League last season. So, I hope they get back into European football. I really respect them. They got Gonçalo Guedes, pretty good, from Wolves. He's pretty underrated. They got Aguerd on loan last season. He's gone. So they lost Aguerd on loan, so that's not that good. They lost Zubimendi? I forgot about that. No way. But like I said, their stakes are going to be high. I don't think that's going to... I think it's going to affect them, but I still think they're going to finish pretty decent. You know what? Scrap that. I might actually switch Mallorca and Real Sociedad. What? Yeah, I'm going to just keep Real Sociedad there. Because, like, it's all coming down. 6th place. This is actually kind of a shocker. Well, not really a shocker, but yeah. I have a surprising. First, I'm gonna look real quick. Okay. Alright. This is a shocker. This is gonna be a very big shock. But I think finishing 6th is going to be Villarreal. It's a shock. I know. But Villarreal are finishing 6th. No, hear me out. Champions League. Remember their Champions League season? They made the semi-finals. Remember that? Remember their deep semi-final run? Hold on. I'm looking for the season. Pretty sure it was 22-23 where they made the deep run, I think. Wait, no, not 22-23. 21-22. I don't know. Yeah. Villarreal. Psych. They're finishing 5th. 5th place again. But 6th. I have Real Betis. It's a shock. But it's going to be Real Betis. Sadly, it's going to be Betis. I want Betis to finish at least in the top 5. But I don't think it's happening. Their preseason was kind of underwhelming. They underperformed in a lot of preseason games. They lost to Como. They beat Sunderland, though. They beat Cordoba in preseason, but they drew to Coventry. They lost to Como. They also lost to Malaga. Which... they weren't convincing in preseason, and preseason is where you gotta show yourself, in my opinion. I mean, they still have a good squad. They have Isco. They have Adrian. But he's getting old, so he's not really, can't really focus too much on him anymore. That's why I think Real Betis are finishing 6th again. I mean, still pretty good, but... Anthony, he's no longer in Betis. I'm really sad about that, so, yeah. Next, finishing 4th. Actually, you know what? I'm going to pull off a shocker. I'm going to put Bilbao in 5th. Bilbao in 5th. At this point, I'm just rage baiting. So, Bilbao. They didn't lose too many players, but they got players. You know what? I'm gonna be boring. I'm just gonna put them in fourth. Like usual, the usual fourth place. Fourth or fifth, whatever. So, they're first right now when the season hasn't started, so. Alright. How do I? No, I don't want to open the image. Ew. Okay. So, yeah. I see them finish in fourth. Next is going to be finishing third, Atletico Madrid. Not really a shocker. Top two is definitely between Real Madrid and Barca. So yeah, Atletico Madrid, they're finishing third, like they do every season. They're finishing third again. But I would love to see them finish somewhere else, but not in front of these top two. Coming in second, who is it going to be? I think it's going to be Real Madrid. Yes, I'm a Madrid fan, but they got thrashed by PSG in the Club World Cup. I know that's crazy to think of, but like, why are you coming off of the Club World Cup? We thrashed an unknown team from Austria. You really think that's gonna prove how good we are? No, it's not. Like, these are legitimate predictions for me. These are not what I want. This is what I think. Like, I don't see us finishing first. I mean, I hate to see it. Like, I'd rather see Atletico win Laliga. I'd rather get relegated and never see Barcelona win La Liga again. That's how much I hate Barcelona. Hate them so much. Like, I might hate them. Like, I hate them. But, yeah. Real Madrid finished second. They got new players. They got a lot of new players. Team chemistry is already kind of low from Mbappe, but it was fixed a little bit. But with the new squad, I think they're gonna need to work a lot on chemistry. I mean, the Bellingham and Trent Alexander-Arnold chemistry is probably gonna be good, considering. Yeah, I'm not even gonna say it. Jude Alexander-Arnold. So, yeah. Or Trent Bellingham. I think Jude Alexander-Arnold's better. I don't know what they're going to change the last name to, but I think Jude Alexander-Arnold's going to be better. And, sadly, first place is going to be Barcelona. Just smack them up there. Don't even. I see him finishing first. Why? Because I'm not convinced by Real Madrid. If you can't beat PSG, if you get thrashed by PSG 4-0, then you're definitely not winning La Liga. I mean, yes, coming off a Club World Cup, but they had no preseason fixtures. They only had that 4-0 win against an unknown team in Austria, which that's not convincing. They need to play a team like Atalanta. They need to play a team like Atletico Madrid, AC Milan even. Not an unknown team in Austria. Heck, they could even play Manchester United and they could prove themselves. But Barcelona, they proved themselves a lot in preseason. People say preseason isn't important, but it is. You gotta test out your squad, see if there's good chemistry. They scored an average. Let me do that math. Of 4 goals per game in preseason. And they conceded 4 goals. They scored 20 goals. That is an average 5 goals per match. They averaged 5 goals per match, other than that 3-1 win. But they averaged 5 goals per match in preseason. Do you really think they're going to be bad? Do you really think that they're getting second? Think about it. Sadly, I hate to say it, and I hate to see it, but I just think Barcelona is finishing first. Alright, that's going to do it for my La Liga predictions 25-26 season. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys comment, subscribe, turn on notifications to get notified when I upload a brand new video. Join my Discord server. Link is in my bio. It's in my profile. And share this video with a friend. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.